But it's supposed to be, because growth is never, you can never grow without being challenged. Growth is not supposed to be comfortable. And this subject is not comfortable to me right now.
With all of the skill and research methodology and knowledge and perspective that IIIU gave me, it will somehow transform me from being a traditional diplomat to somewhat I seek to become a change maker.
The most exciting thing about coming here for me was being a part of something new.
Okay.
Like you said, an agent of change. I think we all, international students, we are an agent of change in IIIU or UIII. So I think that.
But when I came here to Indonesia, it makes me more interesting to study about Islam. Okay. I have Islamic education. I was a Tiga before. Okay. And I learned from my friends, why are you practicing this? Right. Something like that. I mean, for me, that is the value of, lifelong learning.
I see.
That everyone should have. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to IIIU Podcast, where we discover interesting stories and diverse perspective from all over the globe. My name is Dadi. I'm your host with Professor Komarudin Hidayat. On my left, we have three distinguished international students here at IIIU. So we are very excited about this, and we're going to have some conversation about their backgrounds, why they're here, and maybe some also dreams and vision for the future. So we're gonna start with some personal background and some interesting stories about you. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, each of you, and where you're from? Maybe starting with Erickson.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Erickson Samson. I'm from the Philippines. Should I tell my background? Something like that. I was also a teacher before in the Philippines. I also used to teach senior high school students. And most commonly, it was a Catholic school actually. And yeah, it was 1 year. Then after I finished my teaching, I applied for IIIU. Okay. So for me, this is the opportunity to advance my my career from teacher to graduate student. Mm-hmm. So it's like for me professional and personal development. Yeah, something like this.
Great. And in which city in the Philippines you are originally from?
I was in Manila.
Manila. Okay, Manila. Erickson, thank you. And then maybe you.
Okay, yes. My name is Malcolm Rashid. I'm from the USA, California. My background, actually before IIIU, I've lived in Indonesia for about 1 year, traveling around Indonesia as a YouTuber. So I've been making content about my travels in Indonesia as an American foreigner for about a year now, just showing how much I love the country and my adjustment to the language and the culture. Let's see.
Your educational background?
Oh, yes. So my background, I got 2 bachelor degrees. My first bachelor degree was in neuroscience. So I studied the brain, and my research was on drugs and how they affected the brain. And my second bachelor degree was in film and media studies. So
film studies?
Yes.
Cool.
2 totally different things, right? Yes.
That's right.
And then now I'm here at IIIU studying economics. And I'm really excited. I wanted to stay in Indonesia a little bit longer, and I'm happy that I got the opportunity to do so.
Excellent. And you, Tuan?
Yes. Hello, everyone. And my name is Tuan, and I'm from Vietnam. Currently, I think I'm the only, and I also the first and the only Vietnamese student here. And I think among the people here, I am non-religious too. Yeah. So yes, I'm atheist.
Okay.
I study. I study political science and international relations for my bachelor degree. My first bachelor degree is in Vietnam, Hanoi University. And my second bachelor degree is also, it is in Italy, Trento, in the north of Italy. So for my bachelor degree, I mainly focus on IR, international relations, and focusing on the relation between China and America and the rise of China in Southeast Asia.
Cool. Now, about Indonesia as a country, now you live here, but what was your impression about Indonesia before coming to Jakarta to study? Tuan?
Actually, this is a very good question because before coming to Indonesia, I don't have much understanding about Indonesia. So if you ask me that question, I would have to say that I think of Indonesia as a Muslim country.
Okay.
I don't know about the diversity of religion and the people in here. I know that you have many islands. So I think that you are diverse in terms of like geography. And but I don't know that, so there are actually many religions living harmonious in Indonesia. So that's something new. Very new to me. And I also thought that it is an Islamic state. So the government
Islamic as a country, Islamic state.
Politically.
Politically. Interesting.
So I don't know that. And when I arrived here, I realized that, it's not. It's not.
That's right.
So
that's right.
Very new. Very
interesting
to me.
Interesting. Thank you. And you, Malcolm, I know you're a YouTuber. You've been around Indonesia. But before coming to Indonesia, before coming to Semarang, as you said, what was your impression?
You know, us Americans, we're so far away from Indonesia, so we don't have much access to knowing that part of the world. Right. We don't know anything. We think, Bali is Indonesia. Yeah. Some people don't even know that Bali is in Indonesia. They think it's separate from Indonesia. So in my mind, I was thinking like, kind of the same as him. You know, I knew that it was a predominantly Muslim country and, you know, predominantly Islamic influenced area. So I expected that. But one thing that I was really surprised about was they're open to multiple religions. They respect and at least acknowledge multiple religions too. So that's something that's nice. But yeah, I knew that it was going to be definitely a more different environment than I'm used to. And I knew it was also very, very, very hot. It's very hot here. So hot. So,
the weather,
So I expected this and turns out it's true. So, these are my expectations coming here.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
I think they already said all the impressions about Indonesia. And of course, it's not farther from the Philippines. Yeah, it's like 4 hours by plane. Since I'm living in Manila, it's like 5 hours. Then my impression about Indonesia is, according to him, I also thought that this is a Islamic country, something like that. Until I came here, and with hindsight, I just found out that this is a Muslim majority country. And I observed that it's very diverse in Indonesia. I mean, they have so many. They have accepted, different religions. Yeah, it's very diverse, and also similarities between the food. Yeah, I mean, when I arrived here, it's like very similar taste in the Philippines. And that's what I like actually.
What is your favorite food?
My favorite food in Indonesia is like is it sayur tahu?
You like tofu? Okay. So many of them. Yeah.
There are so many foods that I like that I always tried here in Indonesia. Of course, it was all recommended by our friends. Just try this.
Okay. Like cool. Thank you. And you?
My favorite food, probably nasi padang. I can eat nasi padang every single day for every meal, maybe 2 or 3 portions easily. Yes. They have this story in Undip once. They, as some doctors, as a part of becoming and advancing into the next level, they make the students eat nasi padang as a punishment, like 5 of them. I told them, for me, that's not a punishment. I would love to do that.
That's a reward.
Yes, it's a reward for me. Great. So
interesting.
Yes.
And you, Tuan?
For me, it's nasi goreng and satay.
Okay.
Nasi goreng and satay.
Okay.
But I have never tried nasi padang, so after your story, I need to try that.
You have to.
Have you tried the Indonesian version of pho?
Yes. Not really. Yes, I
very
tried
popular
in
too,
pho baba,
yeah.
pho baba, and pho 24.
Oh, okay.
So,
Good.
Yeah, I have tried.
Good.
It's good.
Okay, now we have some other questions, and I believe Prof. Komar have some questions about your academic journey. Why, like, you are here, and what inspired you to come to Jakarta, to Depok, especially and study at IIIU. Right?
Yeah.
Prof. Komar?
Well, there has been saying that Islam is one in terms of the scripture and basic teaching is one, but the way Muslim understand and articulate, express so many different countries has different cultural expression. So far, what is your impression and how do you learn and what have been you studying about the Islam in Indonesia through maybe following the class and by having conversation with your friend from Indonesia and you observe Indonesian society? Do you have any special, picture about Islam after studying in this campus?
Yeah, since I arrived here in Indonesia, ever since I thought that this was, Islamic country. When I was in the Philippines, I thought this is very, conservative country. Until I came here to Indonesia, when I studied, wasatiyah Islam.
Yeah.
Because there are some people said that Islam itself is moderate.
Yeah.
But I observed during my 1 year of staying here, I observed that, Islam is very accepting. In terms of diversity. They are more on being patient. They're very polite. Whenever I go to my friend's home, they're very accepting, something like that. Despite my I'm not a Muslim actually, I'm Catholic. Then that's what I love, the differences, the acceptance of differences, the acknowledgement of identity, something like that.
Interesting.
And you, maybe you have different pictures, but Muslim in the West, in Middle East and Indonesia.
You know what I was going to say? Yes. So, we have a different, me as a half Palestinian, I was very disconnected with my original heritage and culture. And the reason why I really wanted to come here and choose coming here was because I wanted to find a way to kind of reconnect with that in an intimate way. And I think IIIU allowed me to do that and learn more comfortably about Islam and being Muslim because, my dad being more of a liberal Muslim, it was a little bit harder for me to connect with that identity in the West because we have a whole different idea of how to approach it. And also there's a lot of, unfortunately, from the incidences in the US and some events, we have a little bit of Islamophobia. So I wanted to come here and really learn and educate people back at home what that's like. For a year, previously before IIIU, I lived with the Javanese family in a host home, and they were all Muslim, and I watched them do Shalat. I watched them do.
And so far, what have you learned about Islam then from your experience living here?
I've been on my own personal journey to discover what is good for me and my own spiritual becomings of being halal. And the greater jihad, and obviously our class from Wasatiyah has brought me a little bit closer to the knowledge of, what that's like, and learning just more about the culture of Islam and why rituals exist and how most people live in cultural standings here. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful to me, and I'm still learning a lot every day, and I'm looking forward to continuing to bring that back to my own culture and connect with my own heritage.
Yeah. And you claim as an atheist, it must be interesting to listen to your experience and view about Islam and Indonesia especially.
Yes, same to them, same to especially my friend just said here. My original concept about Islam before coming to Indonesia is somewhat Islamophobia because it's what we usually see on social media, on news channel. We have the sense of Islamophobia, although we have never interacted or exposed with Islam before. So when I come here, a little bit why I choose to study in Indonesia, a Muslim majority country, is because I want to, as a student of international relations, I want to expose and experience, interact with more people from diverse background, culture, religions, country, to understand the perceptions, to understand who they are. And that's why I'm here. So maybe that after this, I will go to another country, another religions.
Sure, interesting.
But for my impression with Islam and Muslim, by now is that I understand that it is not like what we usually see on social media, on on the narrative around us about Islamophobia. It's not about Muslim are not like that. Of course, we accept that the Muslim people are very diverse from countries to country to culture. They are very diverse. But Islam is not like very hostile. Islam is actually very moderate. And it's depending on the way that the Muslim themselves, they behave, they practice, and they interpret the religions.
Well, now back to your purpose coming here to study, to gain scientific knowledge. I would like to listen from you. How is your experience in terms of learning according to your choice? Either it could be in political, economical, and other field. So far, how do you feel? How do you describe compared to your hope and experience in your home countries?
Studying here at IIIU.
Starting with me, I think that as a student in the Faculty of Social Science and in Political Science and International Relations, I think that the program in here is extremely challenging, but at the same time, very good. The program in my faculty. And I think that the environment in IIIU in general is very good. It's very diverse. It's very modern. It's very open for criticism and discussions. So the challenging is maybe the disadvantage because we feel like, oh my God, it's too much.
Too much.
At the same time,
do you feel like very demanding the class or some? Yeah.
I would try to not say that because some of my lecture might hear.
Okay.
Yeah,
what is your favorite class?
My favorite class. My favorite class would be class Muslim World and Global Affairs with Professor Internasional.
Oh, okay, Muslim Global Affairs. Okay.
The second
Professor
class,
Internasional.
I might not. The second class will be qualitative method because
qualitative method.
Yes.
Who is the professor?
Professor Pak Suryana.
Oh, Pak Suryana. Okay. So qualitative method. Okay,
yes.
good.
So
good
those are my favorite course. Very challenging. Extremely challenging.
And then how about you, Malcolm? What are you studying and why?
I'm in the faculty of business. I'm studying economics, and for me the idea of education, this curriculum actually models American education very well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I think it's about the same. I'm used to this type of study. It is definitely difficult, a little bit demanding. I'm not afraid to say it is demanding, but it's supposed to be because growth is never. You can never grow without being challenged. Growth is not supposed to be comfortable. And this subject is not comfortable to me right now. I'm in a whole different environment that I'm not used to. So I know that something is growing. I don't know what is or what part of my brain is growing, but I know that something is growing.
So you're accustomed to American higher education. Where did you study before?
I was at
your master's?
Yes. I was at the University of California as well. And so my degree beforehand was in technology management and engineering. But it was not to the rigor of this. It was an accelerated program. And the reason why I chose to, pursue another master's for myself is because I wanted to be a little bit more challenged. And, I wanted to apply this to Muslim societies and also use my degree to the application of research. And I feel like we're learning a lot of research tools right now. And that's something that I did miss previously, so I'm really happy to be here and actually be challenged. Yes. Not that it wasn't a challenge, but in the way that I want to in terms of research, actual research, and putting it to real world application.
And you?
Yes, since I was a teacher in the Philippines, I also studied education, right? Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. Then when I arrived to Indonesia, I chose education also from the Faculty of Education. And I'm focusing on educational management and leadership. Actually, that's my favorite course. Okay. And the second one is the evaluation. It is all under Dr. Lukmanul Hakim and Dr. Bambang Sumintono. Okay. And those two are my advisors actually in my thesis. Okay. And what I love is we in the class, something like that, if you are presenting in front, everyone is free to critique you. Yeah? For me, as a lifelong learner, it's very important for me because this environment is more, intellectual hub. Yeah, because everyone here is learning from each other. Yes. And I also believe that no man is an island. Yeah. I cannot do it on my own. So I need my the perspectives of my lecturers, my co-students, something like that, and everyone in the university, something like that. It is like more on advancement of knowledge. I mean, from where you are, concession of acknowledgement of diversity, something like that.
Okay, good.
I like what you said about the acknowledgement of diversity. I wanted to touch on that just a little more because, you being the first Vietnamese person on campus, I'm the first American on campus. So for me, I, came here expecting to be judged a little bit, not in a bad or good way, just judged because, I'm tall American with tattoos on my arm, of course, and then you can speak a little bit Indonesian. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? So I expected this a little bit, but coming here, I'm very surprised about how honest the culture is and how accepting everyone is in the education atmosphere. That's something that I really enjoy within this curriculum. Just want to add that.
Interesting.
I think that there's one thing that I forgot to say about when I actually read about the description of the university. They said something like on the website of the university, they said something like it is a very rigorous training. I didn't understand the word rigorous.
Rigorous, okay.
Until I came here.
I see. Oh. Interesting.
I agree.
So as an international university, Professor Komar, he was director, and
I was, but not now.
Yes. He laid out the very foundational of everything here at the university, and we have a dream, Professor Komar, that Indonesia, as the biggest Muslim nation in the world with the largest Muslim population, should contribute something to the world, right? And we've been thinking about bringing so many different expertise from people who studied everywhere. So we are open to accepting people who have studies in the Middle East, in the US, in Australia, in Europe, in any country, and bring the best method or research. That's why we're talking about rigorous method here. But we are very happy just to hear what you described. So overall, would you recommend studying at IIIU for your colleague, your friends, your families?
Before that, maybe this I would like to ask regarding your next career. What do you get from this university so far?
For your future career,
you expect and what you have.
How do you envision for your future career after finishing your studies here?
So maybe I can start first. From my perspective, in the future, I hope and I expect that I will follow the diplomatic field. So because that's what I want to do. That's my dream at first. But there's something that IIIU gave me. Before coming here, I only think that I will become a normal diplomat in normal diplomat in the way that traditionally.
Okay.
But when I came here, I realized that there are more things. The class with Farishno about the Muslim world is actually not only about the Muslim world, it's about the whole world that we are living in.
Okay.
So I also gained more in-depth understanding about the role of religions in the current political, in the international politics.
Okay.
So I think that with all of the skill and research methodology and knowledge and perspective that IIIU gave me, it will somehow transform me from being a traditional diplomat to somewhat I seek to become a change maker in the field of foreign policy and international
policy
relations.
maker.
So something like that, not policy maker, but
change maker.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm very glad listening to
Agent of change.
I hope that.
We really need that, Interesting, Tuan. Thank you. And you?
Coming out of this program, I am focused on getting through the program first. But, my interest has always been in data statistics and data analysis and using numbers to improve different global societies. So for me, I would want to use my economics degree to analyze different, parts of the world that are probably disenfranchised or low income per se, and there's a lot of that. I've always been a fan of the underdog my whole life, just fighting for people who are underrepresented. And so especially, the situation with Palestine, especially Palestinian Americans who are also biracial, I really want to be an advocate for improving those economic systems. So I don't know really how and the steps there yet, but I do know that so far I'm getting the tools of research to be able to get closer to that goal as someone who's a proponent of education. Yeah.
And you?
Yeah, since I arrived here, to be honest, I have been very equipped since during my 1 year. It's like, metaphorically, it's like blank slate when I came here because I did not have much experience about research. Then when I stayed here for 1 year, the professors, the lecturers, my classmates also, they helped me to become me, something like that. Then I become more familiar with the, research methods since I chose, management and leadership, right? And we have to acknowledge that why we chose this program, education. Since the Philippines, is one of the, the lowest in terms of PISA. And the PISA results are reflection of the education system in each country. So meaning there is a problem in curriculum and every, aspect of education. Since our curriculum is centralized, that's also the problem. That's what we need to pursue this. But for me, after studying here, I aspire to become, a school leader still. And of course, I still want to retain being a teacher because for me, I believe that change starts in the classroom, something like that. And as teacher, you have to be, transformative. You have to be a good role model to your students. So it's like become an agent of change, something like that. So something like that.
Yeah. Back to your question, last question.
Having been in this country and also at this university, I know you were first year and you're second year?
Yes.
And then you also second year. Now, maybe some of our viewers are interested in knowing more about the university. Would you like to say something? Would you recommend or just give them any info about the university, just briefly?
Me personally, I would like if some of my junior, they want to study about political science, international relations, or social science in general, and they want to gain more experience about Islam and Muslim, and also another Southeast Asia country, I would definitely recommend them to come here because it's this university. I would recommend them not only to come into Indonesia, but come to this university. That will be my recommendation.
IIIU.
Yes.
Thank you.
I would recommend them to do that.
Thank you.
Yes, if anyone, were looking to study in Southeast Asia as well and wanting to experience Indonesian culture, I feel like IIIU has been really great with supplying me with the knowledge to know the culture, know not even just the education, but just the culture and the people, the honesty. Of course, it's a lot different from Western culture, but in a way that you want to expand your mind. I came here to expand my mind. A lot of people from America, can be sometimes closed-minded. So in order to expand your mind and be able to open up to different cultures and different experiences, I highly recommend considering coming here and not only challenging yourself academically, but just experiencing something rich and new. Because this is a new, very, very new university. And for me, the most exciting thing about coming here for me was being a part of something new. Like you said, an agent of change. I think we all, international students, we are an agent of change in IIIU or UIII. So I think that it's a beautiful experience to be able to be pioneers of something that's going to be big later. So
great.
For me, of course, I highly recommend IIIU because every faculty, all experts are here. Education, we have, many experts in political science. They have many experts in economics also. All faculties have their own expertise. And this university is very important. If you want to explore more about Asia, you have to go to Indonesia because it's very diverse. It's like kind of, I don't know if you may disagree, but it's like pluralistic, there are so many acceptance of beliefs, religions.
Well, do you have such kind of idea about Indonesia before coming here?
As far as I know, it was Muslim majority or Islamic country, something like that. Yeah, something like.
But the way Indonesia take a role in Southeast Asia, maybe after you coming here, just to get closer, you know better about Indonesia.
Yeah, yeah, I love Indonesia because I learned more from Indonesia in terms of because in Western or in maybe in other countries they have different perceptions about Islam, and me too. I had before. I mean, but not that what they thought. But when I came here to Indonesia, it makes me more interesting to study about Islam.
Okay.
I have Islamic education. I was a Tiga before, and I learned from my friends why are you practicing this, something like that. I mean, for me, that is the value of lifelong learning.
I think
that everyone should have. Yeah. So we need to. I mean, if you want to study at IIIU to break the perceptions about Islam, you have to go here to understand the experts. Yeah.
But what's interesting about this university too, which was beyond my expectation, was the opinions, ideas are never forced upon you. Even someone coming from different religions, like Catholic, other religions, like they're so welcoming to other ideas, and I really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because I personally, sorry, I didn't interrupt you. My mother comes from a Catholic background. Yeah. My dad comes from a Muslim background. So I was wondering, okay, mostly being raised Catholic and Christian majority, how would that clash? Would that be a conflict here? One of the things I was scared of, but upon reading some of the reviews on the UIII website, I saw that there were a lot of different diverse people, Christians, Catholics that are here. And I just so happened to be of Middle Eastern origin. So using that, again, education is a lifelong learning experience. So I'm always open to absorbing everything I can get.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great experience.
Good.
I am very happy hearing that.
Yeah. So as you see, we here at IIIU, we truly respect diversity. And that's why cross-cultural understanding is so important. Yeah. And that's why you are also here. So everyone can join us maybe for the next episode of our podcast. Too bad that today we actually invite some female international students, but they are not available. But we're going to catch up with them later for the next episode. So I would like to thank everyone for joining us today, and also Prof. Komar for giving us some interesting questions about your academic journey and also cultural and global perspective from you about Indonesia. So until next time, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.